live here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway for race number 18 of the Quantum Contender Series. This is race 2 of round number 5, as well as the penultimate race of the season before we crown a champion here in season number 2 of the Quantum Contender Series. As currently right now qualifying underway here for the big screen 165. Gyros on the racetrack here, the 1.5 mile racetrack in Las Vegas. So guys just trying to set their fast lap times here. It's gonna be 5 minutes, 2 laps in total. And we'll see who can get on that pole position here tonight. Currently, drivers on the racetrack, a few drivers obviously still waiting in the pit lane here, plenty of time for them to complete their lap times here, but we'll get to you the information as soon as possible. One driver rolling off here, as we see on the bottom right of your screen. But it's gonna be a night race here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. There should be some great racing as well, and we have a lot of fun here tonight. 165 laps in total. It's currently Josh Schmidt on top of the board here. Your time is going screen right on the left side of your screen as well. We'll see who can maybe best that 2 machine here, as he had a really dominant round of 10, excuse me. 3 stretch races. Kerry Dorsey goes top of the board. Josh Schmidt's playing in some extra lap times as well. But I mentioned Joshua Schmidt had a really good round of 10 right series. Just was not able to have a good race last week at Chicagoland. I've dropped him in the points a little bit. We'll get those points updated for you once this race starts. But right now, Kerry Dorsey on top of the board. He will not go quicker on his second lap. As Robert Whipple, he goes up to 10th place on his first time lap. Dakota Bly, he'll go 12th. Not a great first time lap for him in that 8 machine. Jason Bombs goes up to P number 8. Looks like. That's off of turn 4 for Dakota Bly. Coming to the stripe. He will go quicker, about 5/10 quicker, but will not improve his position at all. But Kyle Schmitz, who's also a round of 5 driver, coming through turn 4, coming to his first timed lap. See where he will go on top of the board. Be 29.463. I'll put him in 4th place, right behind Dan Brown. So we'll see if he's quickest here on his second lap. As off of turn 4 he goes, coming to the stripe this time by. And he does go slightly quicker and move himself up to 3rd place. Just over Dan Brown, so he'll move himself in the top 3 spots. So the top 3 drivers currently, all drivers in the round of 5. And you also have Calvin Smith in 5th as well. Derek Riley currently 7th place, the worst of the 5. So take a quick look at those points right now, as qualifying for those top 5 have completed pretty much for the whole field as well. We'll take a quick look at our top 5 standings as they run. We got Cody Dorsey, Kyle Schmitz, Derek Riley, Calvin Smith, and Joshua Schmitz. Currently 11 points from each other. So I'm just see right there. Derek Riley only 5 points back from Cody Dorsey, as he had a really good week last week at Chicago, actually, Daytona. As Jason Bombs was your winner at Daytona, as Cody Dorsey finishing in 3rd. As a chaotic finished for the opening round of 5. So qualifying officially wrapping up, as Cody Dorsey will win the pole position here today at Las Vegas. So Jair's now currently grading up here for 165 laps, which is about 147.5 miles in length for all 165 laps. So there's also the big screen 165 here at Las Vegas as a sponsor for tonight's race. So some other drivers fighting for some more better championship position. Currently, Jason Bottoms in 6th place, best of the rest, you could say. Also outside the top 10, you also have the bracket challenge as well. You can pull that up here. Actually, pull it up here on the stream so you guys can kind of see a look here as kind of see the storylines going into the night as well. Drivers grid up here momentarily for the next about probably minute or so, but we'll look at the bracket challenge real quick going into the night. So kind of another storyline like I mentioned here tonight at Las Vegas, and also in the finale next week as well. On your screen right there in the middle of it, kind of see the bracket challenge. Blow it up a little bit here. As you can see, it's gonna be Brandon Newton versus Brendan Cuxhausen, Scott Kerberg versus Cole Lewis. Not sure exactly all the drivers are there right now currently, but you can see on your screen it's the final four pretty much here at Las Vegas before we head to Auto Club for the finale there, the bracket challenge. So take a quick look at who is all here. I think looks like Cuxhausen, Newton, Kerberg is all here. So Cole Lewis not here, so Scott Kerberg sure to automatically advance into the finale, final rounds at Auto Club. So he's already locked himself into kind of the finale there at Auto Club. But drivers are rolling off here currently, so let's take a quick look. Our starting lap here for tonight's the big show 165 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Or the big screen, not the big show. Cody Dorsey on pole position here tonight, followed by Joshua Schmitz in second. Third place will be Kyle Schmitz, and fourth place will be Dan Barone at 33 machine. Calvin Smith in fifth, Jake Williams Sr. in sixth. Derek Riley in seventh, Brendan Cuxhausen in eighth. Jason Bottoms in ninth, Dan Stockero in 10th. Brandon Newton in 11th, Robert Wivel in 12th. Scott Kerberg in 13th, and Dakota Bly in 14th. And then on the last driver of the field in the 15 machine, Al Wogowski. As biggest battle here tonight will be the points, obviously. The top 5 in contention for the championship still at large. Only 11 points separates them, those 5 drivers, so not too many points, but a lot could shake out here. The penultimate race at Las Vegas before we go even more west to Auto Club in California. But the pace car will pull off in the pit lane. We're about to do battle here for 165 laps, and the green flag is out here at Las Vegas. This field gets up to speed through turn 1 and 2. Now they're bound in the back straight away. They fly by the camera off of turn 2. Cody Dorsey got clear, as looks like Kyle Schmitz will be in second place. Got a good restart there. Now 19 machine initial start, I should say. As Calvin Smith will saw himself in the third, up 2 spots here on the initial starts. The biggest loser right there was Josh Schmitz, down 2 positions from 4th, but lap number 1 complete, and Cody Dorsey will lead lap 1. Here comes Josh Schmitz to the inside of Calvin Smith. He'll do a little slide job move in turn 1, and he'll clear for 3rd. As now battle of the race lead, here comes Kyle Schmitz to the inside of Cody Dorsey. Side by side battle. As it looks like Dorsey gonna give him plenty of space running that top side. But he's have a good run here off of turn 4, but Schmitz will clear. Maybe a crossover move here from the 9 machine, though. He's gonna give him a little bump trap there in the triangle. As Kyle Schmitz will lead here on lap number 3. And he just at the fast lap of the race as well. So every lap led is also a bonus point. So currently Kyle Schmitz 1 point ahead, as these are live standings currently as they stand. Kyle Schmitz with the race lead. It's only 1 point ahead of Cody Dorsey currently. So I'll have to keep an eye on that all night long as well. So pit window around 38 to 40 laps. So these drivers should probably pit around 4 times, maybe if they can stretch it out a little bit. Because it's going to be really tough, 165 laps. If they can only go 40 laps on this tank of fuel, and we go green the whole way, it's going to be really close on the 4-stop race, 3-stop race even maybe. So pit lap 40, lap 80, lap 120, then maybe you can stretch it to 165, but, well, it's a long ways away from now. But so far the top 5 single file and out. But here comes Kyle Smith, kind of late move into turn number 1 on Joshua Schmitz, but he'll stay behind for now. Go further on back. Jake Williams Sr. in that 8th place spot as Josh Schmitz maybe had a peek to the inside of Cody Dorsey for a moment there, but it kind of backsided off of on the entry to turn number 3 and 4. But looks like kind of the top 8 have separated themselves. You got Brandon Cuxhauser and Brandon Newton, the 2 bracket challenges right here. And a little bit of a gap between 8th and 9th. Kind of just see just a couple tenths. Ooh, big move to the inside. Cody Dorsey, he might have got loose there out of turn number 2, as now side by side for 2nd through turn 3 and 4. So Josh Schmitz is going to clear out in front as a Schmitz 1 and 2 currently now on the racetrack, as now Calvin Smith trying to get by our pole sitter of Cody Dorsey, as he will do so through turn 1 and 2. Not sure Cody Dorsey maybe saving some tires here early on, but he has a run here off of turn number 2. Has some draft as well. Ooh, almost some contact down the back straightaway. Would have been disastrous for both of those championship drivers. And currently our championship leader coming into the night. It's another drop in position, another drop in points as well, as we take a quick look at our live points right as of now. Kyle Schmitz now has a 3-point gap over Cody Dorsey as they run. So mostly single file out through most of the field as they rock it down the back straightaway here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Kind of see the drivers, a lot of different grooves so far tonight. Top, middle, and bottom have been used just through that corner alone for our top 3 drivers. So we'll see how the tire wear is for those 3 drivers, and depending on what line they use. Typically on iRacing, the bottom of the racetrack is the most heavy tire saving part of the racetrack. You want to run the bottom if you're trying to save tires, and top side kind of burns the tires the most, especially at a track like Las Vegas. Tire wear is somewhat moderate. I wouldn't say it's too heavy. It's kind of like, I would say a heavy racetrack would be Legacy Atlanta 2008 or Chicagoland like we went a few weeks ago. Those are kind of more heavier tire wear racetracks, especially at night in Las Vegas. Definitely I would say a moderate. You can definitely tell there is some tire wear involved, but it looks like side by side here, Calvin Smith and Cody Dorsey, as Dorsey follows another spot here from pole position. With his speed that he showed during that qualifying run, I think he might just be saving some tires maybe here early on. He knows it's gonna be a long night, 165 laps, roughly 250 miles, roughly. But here comes Calvin Smith to the inside of Joshua Schmitz, who will clear for 2nd. Calvin Smith has been really strong here so far this season, especially at these 1.5 mile racetracks. They just did not have the greatest round of 10 a couple weeks ago, the first round in the playoffs, but we'll see if he can change that around here in the meantime. So far this season he only has 1 win, but 7 top 5s and 15 starts. About half the starts he has is a top 5, and most of those top 5s comes at the 1.5 mile racetracks like Atlanta, Kentucky, and Chicago a few weeks ago. And also he picked up his lone win at Charlotte, which is kind of a similar racetrack, at least tire wear wise. Obviously you have the quad oval on the front stretch, but that doesn't affect racing too much. Yeah, Las Vegas, very similar racetracks. I would say if you're good at Charlotte, you're probably good at Vegas. As there goes the outside lane of Kyle Schmitz. He's looking to take the race lead here on lap number 13 and get that bonus point as well. As really this race is all about setting yourself up for next week at Auto Club. As the top three have kind of pulled away a little bit from Cody Dorsey. Ooh, one car on the outside wall. That's Calvin Smith, I believe. They've grazed down the entry to turn number 3 as he's side by side with Josh Schmitz now for second. It's Calvin Smith not quite able to get a good enough run off of turn number 2, it looks like. I mean, he's kind of about halfway there. He is clear slightly. But he's got to get that dirty air from ahead from Kyle Schmitz. It looks like they'll clear out here off of turn number 4 and single file back out. So further on back, you got Robert Whipple, Brendan Cuxhausen close together here as Dan Brown and Jake Williams Sr. as well close together for 7th and 8th. Back out front, now rages on. Kyle Smith looks to the inside, not able to do much. Both of these drivers run the outside line. Josh Schmitz using the inside line though, trying to make something work. Almost some contact there down the front straightaway. As it's just so tough to really see which lane's the best lane, but it looks like Joshua Schmitz should clear here off of turn number 2. Not quite. As these drivers side by side, I don't know if it's going to help their tires out too much. As now Kyle Schmitz goes inside. You see Josh Schmitz go straight up the racetrack in that dirty air. And this is how bad that dirty air is. That's allowing Cody Dorsey to close in that gap now to the top 3 contenders so far tonight. On board here with Cody Dorsey, kind of sees his battle up ahead currently. Now they're side by side once again for the race lead, but looks like Calvin Smith will clear out in front for the first time of the night. Officially, he'll finally clear. He's kind of been trying to work the outside lane as Josh Schmitz hits the outside wall. Do not want to get the aero damage here tonight at Las Vegas. Very aero-dependent racetrack as here comes Joshua Schmitz with a great run down the front straightaway. He's now side by side with Kyle Schmitz on the inside line. Kyle Schmitz getting tight with that dirty air. First time he's really experienced it heavily tonight as he took over the race lead early tonight on lap number round 3. So now the top 3 kind of swapped out here. Joshua Schmitz kind of stays in second place still, but Kyle Smith now leads here early on as we're working about the halfway point in the fuel run. So this is really where we'll see where the tire management comes into play now. Gotta see Cody Dorsey is closing these guys just a little bit. That's kind of why I figured he saved his tires a little bit those first 15 or so laps, and he's kind of ramped it up a little bit these last kind of 5 laps or so. But the top they've really battled it out and burned up their stuff here. Looks like Calvin Smith, he's actually been really good on his tires as well. He's kind of pulled away a little bit the gap now, but Joshua Schmitz, he's still in range here. And using that draft and using the outside line to his advantage, but I have a feeling using the outside lane a little bit too much is going to cost him his tires in the longer run. But Rory in lap number 20 is looking really good. He's looking for the race lead actually right now. The inside he goes. It's going to be a side-by-side through turn 3 and 4. Calvin Smith up top. He's got the momentum off turn 4. And Kyle Schmitz has kind of fallen back a little bit. Not sure if he just pushed his tires a little bit too much on this initial run. But I think a lot of these drivers are going to learn what they did wrong on this initial run. Initial 20, 40 laps are about to run here as we haven't had the caution yet so far tonight. Not too surprisingly, but brand new and side by side with Dan Brown behind us. Now see a couple drivers making some moves. Derek Riley trying to get to the outside as well as Kyle Schmitz and Cody Dorsey is still side by side here off of turn at number 4. Side by side for the race lead as well. Kyle Smith and Joshua Schmitz. As Josh Schmitz to the inside can do a little slide job move here on Calvin Smith on the inside. Looks like he can book it. He'll clear off of turn number 2. Crossover move. Not quite. Calvin Smith will stay behind for now and gonna push that tube machine a little further out in front. Is Jake Williams Sr. and Derek Riley side by side. Williams Sr. slide jobbing in front of that 17 machine. He'll clear off of turn 4. So once again, side by side again. Here for the race lead down the front straightaway. Calvin Smith has a fender on the inside of Joshua Schmitz. This is getting really tight on the inside. Looks like up the racetrack he goes. Schmitz on the outside line. Not quite clear in the turn number 3. So once again off of turn 4, the driver is just not able to clear quite yet. As you I can tell, the outside lane and the inside lane pretty even so far tonight. Haven't really seen a real dominant lane. I'd probably say if I had to pick one, I'd pick the outside line. Be trying to make a move. But the inside has been really good so far as well. But we'll see how it plays out in the longer run. But we're already 25 laps in this run, so really we have about 15 laps to go on this fuel run, depending on how much fuel these guys are saving, if at all. But side by side here for third is Kyle Schmitz grazes the outside wall off of turn 4. Tim Dorsey battling it for third place here. Is further on back. Brandon Cuxhausen and Dan Brown. Dan Brown loses a spot to Brandon Cuxhausen for 8th place, as Robert Whipple and Brandon Newton side by side are close together here as well. But the top 11 have really pulled away from the rest of the field currently, as 12th on back. About 6 seconds back from 11th. That's Dakota Bly and Dane Sakero as well. Looks like Josh Schmitz has kind of pulled away from Kyle Smith for the race lead. So take a quick look at our championship standings as of now. It looks like very close here as going to the Auto Club next week. I think Derek Riley, if he makes up a few spots, currently sitting in that 7th place spot, he can maybe get up to that 5th place spot as well. He'll be in a really good shot going to next week at Auto Club. It's side by side here for the race lead. Side by side once again here through turn 1 and 2. Looks like Kyle Schmitz got a clear here off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. It's Jake Williams Sr. side by side with Jason Bottoms. He's been really closing this gap now these last few laps. I think Williams Sr. has been saving his tire as well. It's Jason Bottoms on the very top side. He'll get past here for 5th. Three-car battle here. Brandon Newman, Dan Brown, and Robert Whipple close together here. As their single file back out here is Brandon Cuxhausen and Derek Riley. As Riley loses another spot, 7th to 8th. Good time to mention here is if you're watching live in the Legends Racing Network, make sure you subscribe and like the stream as well to support Quantum Contender Series and all the other leagues we have here in the Legends Racing Network. Always broadcasting weekly races here on the iRacing service. As Joshua Schmitz currently out in front, Calvin Smith grazes the outside wall once again. I've seen a few drivers do that tonight. It seems like these cars are a little pushing a little tight here. Later in the run, lap times have fallen off about a second so far. 30 laps into the run, so off isn't really too crazy. So yeah, 1 second over 30 laps isn't nothing too crazy like you see in some other racetracks. But Josh Schmitz ripping the top side now. Interesting line here later in the run. So I mean, tires are worn out. There's probably some more grip up top as well, so that could also play a factor with him running the outside line. Further on back, Robert Whipple, Dan Brown, Jason Bottoms was side by side with Brandon Cuxhausen. He's going to lose another spot. 6th to 7th goes Jason Bottoms, and 7th to 6th goes Brandon Cuxhausen. As Derek Riley and Robert Whipple gain Dan Brown. He's down up to 10th place for that 33 machine. Side by side once again are close together for Kyle Schmitz and Cody Dorsey. As the field has really spread out here in these last couple laps. You can just see how big of a deal tires have been so far tonight. as he goes to the inside of Cody Dorsey. See on the right side of your screen how close this battle is for the top 4 spots. Cedric Riley double digits, 11 points down. It's going to be tough for him to have a chance next week at Auto Club. Probably have to win next week if it stays the same as of now. But so far the top 4 are very close together. 7 points is about 7 positions here in the Quantum Contender Series. So we'll really see how big of a deal this is late in the run, obviously, and also fuel strategy, and also penalties on pit lane could affect this, and also pit strategy like I mentioned. So been green ever since the drop of the green flag as of now. A pit stop should be happening here in the next 5 or so laps, given the fuel number I was given earlier tonight. We'll see if these drivers are able to go a little bit longer on fuel, because usually they may be able to stretch it just a little bit based off the lap time wise, as usually throughout the race, once lap times falls off, you gain a little bit of fuel mileage just based off you're going a little bit slower overall. Right now the top few drivers kind of spread out to work their way down the back straight into turn number 3. See how big of that rubber has built up on the inside line. You have Dan Brown and Brand New and close together here for 10th and 11th. But Jake Williams Jr. getting past, or senior getting past here by Brian Cuxhausen for 5th. On the front straightaway, Cuxhausen get a clear easily in the turn number 1. It's Brand New and trying to get around, and Brown here off of turn number 2. Brown ripping the top side, Newton on the bottom. Brand New and Brandon Cuxhausen adding in the bracket as well. So Cuxhausen right now having a really good shot at possibly advancing the finals. Ooh, Dan Brown holding the outside wall. He might broke something. He's through the grass right now. Does he have steering damage just go on board here with that 33 machine? Yeah, he has major steering damage. That was a heavy hit on the outside of turn number 4. I gave him quite a bit of steering damage. See how much you see that like orange little taper there is going all the way right as he's coming down pit lane right now. And same with Jason Bottoms as well. He's down pit lane. First pit stops of the night. Right now, currently, 5 machine down pit lane. Same with the 33 machine as well. When will race leaders come out pit lane as we have reached lap 40 mark. So here comes Joshua Schmitz as Calvin Smith's pitting really from the outside line as Cody Dorsey, he's gonna go an extra lap. There's a bunch of drivers down pit lane. Majority of the field on pit lane. 2 drivers staying out. That's Cody Dorsey and Derek Riley. So we'll see where everyone cycles out as here comes Cody Dorsey down pit lane. Derek Riley also down pit lane as well. Oh, one driver spinning on the inch of the pit lane. It's a 15 machine as he gets it back rolling. It would be a black flag though. Also, just Dakota Bly able to go an extra couple laps here, so If you go green the rest of the way, he could maybe not pit because if everyone pits every 40 laps, you have to pit with about 5 laps to go. Kind of saw the same thing at Chicago a few weeks ago. So if someone saves some fuel, we could see an interesting fuel strategy here later in the race. Obviously, we're only about one-fourth of the way through already, but still a long ways to go. But we'll see where everyone cycles out. Looks like Joshua Schmitz will be cycled out in the race lead once everything goes in the plan. Looks like, yeah, he will be. As Dakota Bly still has not yet pitted. Not sure if he's saving fuel on board here with this 8 machine. Yeah, he's turning off the engine there, or clutching it in, I should say. He's going extra laps. Yeah, he's still going a couple of extra laps, so he's really playing a long game here. He's hoping this thing goes green the rest of the way because he'll be pretty good on fuel mileage. But he's got to be careful not to waste too much time. But looks like Joshua Schmitz will be a race leader here once everything cycles out. Calvin Smith will be second, and Kyle Schmitz and Brent Cuxhausen will be third and fourth as Dorsey falls on the 5th place after that, as he stayed out an extra lap compared to those drivers in front of him. So he could be also good on fuel as well. Once this all adds up, he can get pit like every 41, 42 laps. He'll be good at fuel, good on fuel until the end. As there goes Dakota Bly finally down pit lane, so the pit cycle is complete. So Joshua Schmitz will be a race leader by about half a second over Calvin Smith. And interesting note, I believe no one got a penalty down pit lane. Maybe Robert Wivel, 31-second pit stop for him, but I believe everyone else did not get a penalty here. I don't know 100% if Wivel did get a penalty. But anyhow, Dakota Bly off the pit lane right now. As he's gonna go almost a lap down, maybe be very close to over turn number 2. He's got about 5 lap fresher tires in our top 3. So right now, Josh Schmitz, Calvin Smith, and Kyle Schmitz. Only 1, 2, 3. Let's take a look at our championship standings as of now. Top 3 within 3 points of Cody Dorsey. He still leads the championship as he runs in 4th place currently. Cody Dorsey now chasing out Kyle Schmitz. He has about a lap fresher tires in him. So it'll be interesting as he got Baron Grant Cux has him pretty easily. We'll see what he can do here on this 19 machine. You see that you can see here him lifting there from that dirty air. He has a really good run on the 19 machine. He's going to the outside here, down to turn 1. Not quite to the outside yet, but he's going to send it on the top side here through turn 1 and 2. As can he get the run off of turn number 2? Maybe make a move down to turn number 3. No, he's already along his outside there. No little side draft it looks like on that 19 machine. But should be able to just easily breeze by him here off of turn number 4. Yes, he'll clear. Got 3rd place spot to get some extra point. As now he's currently 4 points up of Joshua Schmitz. Had a bad week last week at Daytona. Finishing dead last in 14th place after having, I believe, some damage early on and was not able to continue last week. So far, he's currently out in front, but Calvin Smith is chasing him down here, gap down about 0.2 of a second. Calvin, once he gets in that dirty area, he's just not able to really do too much. Right behind Josh Schmitz will go on board here with his 3 machine. Kind of show you what I'm talking about. Kind of see right there as Josh Schmitz cuts him off a little bit. He just, it's so tight. Up the racetrack he goes and gets a bit loose there off of exit as well. So he's kind of just has to kind of pick a different line, even though it's the top side. May burn some more tires and more fuel as well. Just better not to be in that dirty air from that 2 machine. Four cars kind of within second of each other. It's Cody Dorsey, Kyle Schmitz, Brian Cuxhausen, and Jake Williams Sr. About a second within each other right now. Shadows is mostly single file throughout the field, just not able to do much. So this dirty air, it seems like just not able to really do much, like I mentioned. It'd be very hard for these drivers to make some moves on these older tires. I mean, they've been on these tires for about 15 laps right now. Ooh, Calvin Smith crazy the outside wall pretty hard there. Off of turn 4. I hope he doesn't have too much aero damage or any aero damage from that one. That definitely could have been pretty bad right there. Now Calvin's with the right on the back bumper here of Joshua Schmitz. So working lap number 59. So 58. But right now, championship standings pretty much the same as they've been. Pretty much the goals here this week, I believe, was just kind of have a chance at Auto Club next week. That's all you can really ask for. Be within about 6 points. As caution is out on the racetrack, as Jason bottoms around off of turn number 2, major damage to that 5 machine. It's our first caution right here in lap number 59. As we'll see what happened here to that 5 machine. Most likely just probably smacked the outside wall if I had to guess. Maybe got loose there. We'll see here from the blimp cam. Just a lot, kind of was losing it. Hit the outside wall. And it's just so hard to save these race cars, especially when you're on older tires. And ow, and its tire bear is actually the heavy contact there. Luckily, he does have his quick repair, so you can get that quickly fixed up and back out on the racetrack unscathed. But it's gonna be he's hopping there in that race, the Go Fuel racing machine. Had to try to hope they can get down the pit lane. Ooh, that's nasty to drive right there. It looks like. But first caution right here is Calvin Smith leads over Josh Schmitz. He just got the race lead. It looks like actually he's gonna stay out. The rest of the field coming up pit lane. This is a risky strategy from Calvin Smith, I have a feeling. we'll see if that pays off to him as a definitely interesting strategy call. I mean, I'm not sure how many sets of tires these drivers have. That could be definitely what these drivers are looking at. Yeah, 5 total sets of tires, so we'll see as Josh Schmitz off pit lane first. Ooh, contact Cody Dorsey, Cal Schmitz off of pit lane, some little door banging there. We'll take a replay what happened there. It looks like just, oh, Cal Schmitz, just maybe, Cody Dorsey gassed it up on the inside maybe? That's all I can really think of there. It looks like he just turned right. Yeah, he gassed it up and lost control of his car. And you gotta hope that the 9 and 19 don't have too much damage. Are able to be okay. We'll see here on the front straightaway how bad their damage is as we resume in camera. Looks like his right side's okay. Kyle Schmidt's left side, maybe a little damage is coming down pit lane right now. So we'll see on this restart how effective is the damage and how much of an impact that'll make. So I think we're going to the green this time by. Some drivers may be topping off on fuel as well. Could definitely be the case. Actually, wondering this time. Drivers warming up these tires, as the cold tires definitely also play a factor in this race as well. We'll see how big of a factor it will play, especially on these restarts here as we're about to go back green here off turn 4. Pace car's going to pull in for the second time tonight. Thomas with the latest to the green here as Josh Smith alongside him, and green flags out. I was with a great launch there, going to clear the top side easily. Now Cody Dorsey side by side with Joshua Schmitz up top. Looks like Cody Dorsey will clear here off of turn number 2. Side by side further on back, that's Jake Williams Sr. and Brandon Cuxhausen. Still side by side here off of turn 4 is Derek Riley. Might make it 3 wide middle. Not quite able to really do much there, but Derek Riley is still up top. It's Cody Dorsey. He's going to lose a spot here to Joshua Schmitz. Dorsey falling back a little quickly here off of turn number 2. So off of turn 4. About top 4, single file for now, but Brandon Cuxhausen and brand new side by side here. That's a bracket challenge going in next week at Auto Club. Side by side now for the race up in front, Calvin Smith and Joshua Schmitz. Looks like Joshua Schmitz will take the race lead from Calvin Smith here on the entry to turn number 3. He'll clear easily off of 4 as well. These drivers being a little aggressive here. Is opening a few laps as Derek Riley now going to try to attack Calvin Smith here on those older tires. Calvin Smith may be struggling just a little bit, trying to plant that race car and get it exactly where he wants it with those older tires, about 20-ish laps old for that 3 machine. As big side out there on the entry to turn number 1. Riley dives on the inside. He'll clear for seconds. This is exactly the run Riley needs here have a chance next week at Auto Club. We'll take a quick look at live points update. Is Derek Riley now within 4 over championship leader of Cody Dorsey currently. That's all you can really ask for is the chances. Here comes Cody Dorsey, the inside of Calvin Smith. The Smith's falling back here on those older tires. Trying to save a set for the end of the race. We'll see if that pays out though. Only time will really tell. We're still here, lap number 67, about 100 laps to go, give or take a little, probably 98 or so. Make it 98 now. But Calvin Smith, we'll see if it pays out for him, but he's under attack still for 5th place. He's falling back quickly on these older tires, but Kyle Schmidt's working his way through the field after chopping off on fuel and maybe fixing some damage as well they sustained from Cody Dorsey and him contact off the exit of pit lane. Dorsey just lost it, kind of throttling up here. So we'll see if he can work his way through the field and through that dirty area. He's done a good job, currently in 7th place. As Jake Williams working his way on the bottom of the racetrack, gonna get clear here of Calvin Smith off of turn 2. Yes, he will. As back up in front of them, Cody Dorsey look to the inside of Derek Riley. As now Riley under attack as Dorsey with a good run here off of turn 4 on the inside line. Just side by side on the front straightaway to the stripe they go. As side by side still through turn 1. Riley up top, Dorsey on the bottom. Looks like Riley with a good run, but he got a bit loose off of turn number 2. As the drivers are just not able to get quite clear of each other quite yet. Just shows how good the inside and the outside lane have been so far tonight. As there goes Dorsey, he's got clear finally. Now he can try to work his way up to Joshua Schmidt. Just build a pretty good gap now. About second between him and the race leader as of now. As there goes Kyle Schmitz to the inside for a top 5 spot. Schmitz has worked his way up now. Into that top 5 spots. Up front, Jake Williams Sr. having a great night so far, working that 3rd place spot here, trying to get around the 17 machine of Derek Riley. Just a good live points update as of now on lap 74. Now Josh Schmitz 5 points back, even with this race win. Cody Dorsey really had a great points night last week. At Daytona, and that kind of let him stretch out his points with Josh Schmitz. He's doing everything he can to have him set up a battle next week at Fontana. He was 11 points back before the night started. He's currently now 5 points back and has the best chance maybe possibly winning the championship other than Cody Dorsey going next week at Phoenix or Fontana as things stand. But Kyle Schmitz, he's moving his way up through the field. He's definitely another challenge. I think that those are really the top 3 contenders. Calvin Smith kind of further on back down in 8th place. I mean, he's really had to have a good night tonight. I mean, obviously He was up front earlier tonight, just had a different pit stop strategy. We'll see if it works out here. We'll have to pit here in the next probably 8 laps or so, so it's going to be on a different fuel mileage strategy and pit strategy compared to the rest of the field. We'll see if that works out for him, though. I think it's... It'd be interesting. Oh, as he hits the outside wall, that's definitely not what we want to do here. And he hit it pretty hard there as well. Would not be surprised if he has some aero damage on that 3 machine. Like I mentioned, I think it's going to be very interesting to see what his fuel strategy is and his tire strategy is as well. When will he pits here for his second pit stop of the night? And now Kyle Schmitt's working on the inside of Derek Riley's. He's really worked his way through the field very nicely. He could maybe make his way up to second place here a few laps time. He has a good enough a run here off of these corners, as I think really the most important aspect of this racetrack is run off the exit. The entry not as important as the exits here at Las Vegas. And that's true for a lot of 1.5 mile racetracks as well. Seven's out here for Kyle Schmitz and Derek Riley. To the inside he goes. Can he clear here off the turn 4? Not quite able to, as Riley can run that outside line. Oh, he skips the outside wall. There's a bunch of drivers at the outside wall behind him. That was Williams Sr. and Brandon Newton. But Riley will clear off the turn 4 and into turn number 1. Kyle Smith now down pit lane here in lap number 80. Almost to the halfway point here in about 3 laps time. As we're almost to the halfway point here right now, we'll do a little other run, crank it up here at Las Vegas. As we're back live here at Las Vegas. Past the halfway point as well. I'm going to crank it up segment. Joshua Schmitz currently leads over Cody Dorsey about 8/10 of a second between those two drivers as of now. So we'll see how this changes up here in these next few laps once these drivers come down pit lane. Right now, Josh Schmidt's looking really good here so far tonight at Las Vegas. Ryan Cuxhausen, Robert Wivel in the 5th and 6th here currently. It's Kyle Wogowski in 7th currently. Making his first start of the season as well. Same with Jake Williams Sr. Ryan Cuxhausen and Robert Wivel side by side here off of turn number 2. Cuxhausen not quite clear from that 53 machine quite yet. It seems like he has a little bit better speed in that good wrench machine up top. It's not quite clear yet, but he will clear here off of turn number 2 down the back. Looks like Jake Williams Sr. getting passed by Jason Bottoms on using his fast spur earlier tonight due to his lap 59 incident he had. And side by side once again, Robert Wivel and Brendan Cuxhausen. Drivers should be pitting here in the next 8 to 10 laps or so. These drivers have been on this tank of fuel for around 32 laps. Obviously, a driver like Kyle Schmitz, I think I believe he topped off and also fixed some of his damage as well. But Derek Riley has really pushed these past few laps, these past 20 laps. He's worked himself in the top 3 spot. He has a chance to compete next week at Fontana as we're a little past the halfway point, about 10 laps or so past the halfway point. So here's the points as they run currently is Kyle Wogowski down pit lane in lap 93. A little earlier than expected. I think it can at least be a one-stop race still as we're a little bit under 80 laps to go. Should be around there, 72 laps to go. So it is still a one-stop race once these drivers come down pit lane. So they'll have to pit 2 times at one more time after this next pit stop. So you can really pit whenever you want right now. So it looks like Josh Schwintz coming out pit lane right now in that 2 machine. Gotta make sure you don't speed down pit lane. That'll be a very costly mistake right now currently. This late into the run and this late into the season. It'll be a championship losing mistake. But Cody Dorsey out in front now as Joshua Schmitz does not have a penalty. Will anyone else come down pit lane? So Brandon Cuxhausen and Kyle Schmidt's down pit lane a lap later. And Jake Williams Sr. as well down pit lane a lap ago. No black flag for any of those drivers. It looks like Josh Schmidt's out of his box and down on the apron there, working his way around turn 1 and turn 2. Cody Dorsey still staying out a couple more laps here. The 69 to go, coming to 68 this time by. In that 9 machine, he almost goes to the outside wall. He may have. Very close there. Robert Woodwell close to Derek Riley. Once again, these two drivers have been pretty close this last fuel run they've had. As they're staying out as long as they can, they'll probably have to pit here the next 3 laps at the most. Hastings run Dorsey 11 points ahead. Obviously, he has not made his pit stop yet, so that's why. Looks like he's coming this time slowing down on the inside line. Looks like Robert Woodwell gonna go in that extra lap. And Derek Riley as well pitting this time by. So there's 2 drivers also in the round of 5. So as plays out, Josh Schmidt did come out in front of Calvin Smith. So Calvin Smith about 3 tenths back. He pitted around 20 laps ago, so he's off sequence quite a bit. I don't know if that's going to work out too well for him. As Cody Dorsey now off of his pit stall is Robert Woodwell. They're going to come down pit lane. It's brand new and still out on the racetrack. He's the last driver, or actually second last driver, I believe. Jacob Bly and Dan Barone come down this time. So it's Jacob Bly and brand new and have not pitted yet. So 2 drivers have not pitted yet here. 66 to go. As I'm expecting them to come out any time now. Looks like Newton may be coming out this time by. Still loading up a little bit in the Busch Light machine. No. Yeah, Derek Riley out of him there late. So will Dakota Bly come down pit lane this time by. He's very high on the racetrack. So looks like he's going to stay out an extra lap here. Looks like Joshua Schmitz will cycle out to the race lead once again, but his gap has grown compared to Cody Dorsey and the rest of the field. Obviously, Cody Dorsey just paid a few laps ago, so he's got about 5 lap fresher tires compared to Joshua Schmitz. We'll see what big of a difference that makes here once these drivers have a little longer run. Dakota Bly, I think he's coming in this time by. Yes, he is. He's following to pit road there. And no, once again, no black flags showing any of these drivers as of now. And there goes Joshua Schmitz. Officially take back the race lead here with 63 laps to go. Still 1 more pit stop remaining for these drivers. As with 62 laps to go, we'll do another Ellerin crank it up here at Las Vegas. There's Mike live here from Crank It Up. What a move there for Cody Dorsey. Clearing out Brandon Cuxhausen, Derek Riley, and Calvin Smith at the same time. There's a 3 wide here off of turn number 4. As Calvin Smith losing it on the front straightaway. Is he going to spin it? Yes, he is. Around he goes on the front straightaway. Will that bring out the yellow? And yes, it does. Here, 57 laps to go. Unreal. As a caution here on lap 109. As we'll see from replay what happened there, as Calvin Smith won the championship contenders. Just struggling on those older tires. 3 wide aero. The side jobs kind of affected him as well and just couldn't save it in that 3 machine. Round he goes here on the front straightaway at Las Vegas. As now Josh Schmidt's still the race leader, but decision time, I think these drivers will come out pit lane and top it off on fuel and tires as well. So we'll see how this plays out here. Who will come up pit lane? I mean, if I was one of these drivers, I'd probably just hit here, top it off on fuel, make sure I'm good to the end. We'll see what these drivers decide to do. So here they come down pit lane. Looks like everyone come down. One driver staying out, a couple drivers staying out, maybe some lap down cars. This will be a very important race off pit lane. Who can get out in front? And perfect stop for those Schmitz there on second and third. Looks like 4 tires for everyone here. So who will win the race off pit lane? Coming off the box. It's going to be a drag race between the 19 to 20, looks like, or 19 to 2. Looks like Josh Schmitz will win that drag race. He'll remain the race lead here as Robert Whipple. Looks like maybe a 2-tire stop here for that 53 machine. Trying to get some track position as well. Cody Dorsey will be in 4th, and Kyle Rogowski will be in 5th. In the meantime, we'll take a quick little break. We're right back here at Las Vegas once they go green. Back live here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Pace car comes out the pit lane as we have a second to restart of the nights here after a second caution. And green flag is back in the air. Josh Schmitz with a great restart. Kyle Schmitz was slot in the second there. The inside lane just did not get going really too well. Robert Wivel on the inside, I believe, on those older tires. I think he may have just took two only. It looks like the top three will clear out. Top four will clear out. Top four currently all round of 5 drivers. Zoo car on the outside wall further on back. Kyle Smith trying to fight his way back up as well after that instant he had on the front straightaway. As Kyle Schmitz all the back bumper of Joshua Schmitz in front. As side by side further on back to chasing bombs, Brand Newen. And here comes Rand Cuxhausen. He may look for a through-eye move as a single file out for the most part. Down to turn 1, Cuxhausen, he's on the move here on the inside of Brand Newen. These drivers battling here for the bracket challenge as Brand Newen will clear off of turn number 2. Right 8th place spots as Van Barone and Dakota Bly. Walking spots here for 12th and 13th as Kyle Smith up to 11th. Josh Schmidt still out in front here with coming to 50 laps to go. Side by side here, Brandon Cuxhausen and Kyle Gronowski. Gronowski clears for the 9th as Jake Williams Sr. Side by side with Derek Riley. Still side by side here for 4th place. This is a very important spot here for Derek Riley. He has to have as many points as he can leaving tonight. As these drivers still have to make one more pit stop tonight, sometime in these last 48 laps. It'll be the money stop here tonight. Zworgnowski got clear here for Newton. He's now at the 8th place here currently. Side by side here for 9th and 10th. Frank Cuxhausen and Brandon Newton. So we go here on board with Kyle Schmitz and see kind of what he's feeling with this dirty air effect from Josh Schmitz in front of him. Kind of see he's running a little different line here compared to Josh Schmitz out in front. Maybe save some tires and just not push too much in the outside wall. You've seen that a few times tonight. Drivers just getting really tight, especially off of turn 4. It's kind of where we see it the most. See whatever different line he's running, trying to get that clean air from compared to the 2 machine out in front. And Jake Williams, not senior, side by side here with Derek Riley. Once again, Riley needs to spot as much as he can as we bring up the points here currently. Riley currently only 7 points back. This will put him 8 points back, which would even be a bigger ask here next week at Fontana. Derek Riley will stay in front of Jason Bomster now, but Bombs to the outside line. This is for a top 5 spot currently. His little side shot there down in turn number 1. As he's ripping that top side here off of turn number 2. As he'll clear here off of turn number 2 there. Drivers pretty close together, but with most of the single file like we've seen so far tonight, just that dirty air really playing a big factor in that, as Josh Schmitz has another big lead, about a 1 second lead. And he's been the driver to really beat tonight on these longer runs. He's just been so consistently out in front in that clean air. Hasn't really had too much worry. Lap traffic in front of him as well. It's Kyle Wogowski again up to 6th place now. He's getting past Derek Riley, as Riley following pretty quickly here with those 2 tires. Excuse me, 4 tires as Robert Ribble, but he's now down 10 points here compared to Cody Dorsey, and his championship hopes are looking dim here with 39 to go. As Jared on pit lane, that's Kyle Schmitz. Now pit lane here with 39 to go, coming to 38. Right now, Josh Schmitz doing a great job out in front. Kyle Smith working his way back up as well after that late race caution. Kyle Smith trying to get around Derek Riley here down the back straightaway. Got 6th place spot. So right now, championship battle is really looking to be between Cody Dorsey and Joshua Schmitz here with 34 to go. Winning next week at Auto Club, unless something drastically changes here. Kyle Smith still side by side here with Derek Riley for 6th and 7th. As Smith will clear here off of turn number 4. Is now up in front. Kyle Rogowski. That 15 machine. Trying to get around Jake Williams Sr. As Williams Sr. falls down to 4th place. Rogowski will go up to 3rd. So we go back out front. Josh Schmitz has opened up his gap to about a 2-second lead over Cody Dorsey. Coming to 31 laps to go this time by. Doing a great job out in front. So it's a Calvin Smith getting around Brandon Cuxhausen as well. He's up to 5th place. Looking really good after his spin on the front straightaway. About 25 plus laps to go. Clips the outside wall there. The Dan Brown getting around Robert Will as well. This is for 9th and 10th as Robert Will actually coming down pit lane. As a top from 2nd to around 7th place, they're pretty close together, but you see Joshua Schmitz opening his gap up here late in this run. He's just so good on those tires. We'll see if Kyle Schmitz's strategy of pitting early there will help him out. He's about half a second quicker last time by than Joshua Schmitz. We'll see how big of a difference this will make. How big of a difference this will make later in the run once everyone else comes down pit lane. Be a big difference overall once it's all said and done. As you look on the right side of your screen, Cody Dorsey, Josh Schmidt separated by 5 points as of now. There goes Josh Schmitz here with 27 to go. Coming to 26, coming down pit lane for his final stop of the night. We'll see what his cycle's out to. Oh, Job's coming down pit lane late. It's Calvin Smith and Kyle Wogowski down pit lane. As where will Kyle Schmitz cycle it out right? Oh, it's contact right there. Down pit lane, Calvin Smith around. In the grass he goes. His night goes from bad to worse as he gets spun there. As Kyle Wogowski was trying to get into his pit box there. Take a replay of what happened officially. I mean, we kind of saw the end of that one. Some big time misjudgment. I mean, just out the field for Calvin Smith there. That might be a black flag as well. Got 3 machines, so I mean, man, going into the night, had a good run, but Kyle Schmitz now has about a 4-second, could be a 5-second lead once Josh Schmitz exits. No, that could be actually a 6-second lead even now. About 5 or 6 seconds there between Kyle Schmitz and Josh Schmitz here with 25 to go. It's Calvin Smith. Actually, did not get a penalty, luckily for him, so we'll stay on the racetrack penalty free. So lucky break for him. He's got to hope for a late race caution, some drama here late. Asking some of these cautions later in the run. As Cody Dorsey is yet to pit now. Cody Dorsey, how long will he go until he makes a decision to come down pit lane? Be a big story here as he's currently the points leader as of now, coming into the night, and also just been kind of, as long as he finishes in the top 3, I believe he'll stay the points leader going into next week at Auto Club, but depending on what happens here late. But Joshua Schmidt's now gap between him and Kyle Schmidt's about 4 seconds. He's getting about a second a lap, so I think Kyle Schmidt's, I don't know if that strategy is really going to work out too well. We'll see what he has in store here. He's currently in that 4th place position, but once this all cycles out, he'll be the race leader for maybe a few moments' time. Or Dorsey, you can go around about 6 more laps on this fuel tank if he wants to. So he'll have to pit here in about 6 laps time. Dorsey has yet to come down in pit lane. Joshua Schmidt's closing the gap on Kyle Schmidt's, with the gap. Those lap times have kind of came down. He's only gained about 2 tenths last time by. With 18 laps to go, you have to gain about probably around 2 tenths a lap to get around that 19 machine. There's also some traffic in between them as well. Also, Cody Dorsey could spoil the party as well, depending on how this plays out. He's right in front of Kyle Schmidt's. Will he slow that 19 machine down? Now looks like he's going to let him by here. Interesting strategy call from that 9 machine. When will Cody Dorsey come down pit lane? That is the question. It looks like Jake Williams Sr. will come down pit lane here in 29 machine for his final pit stop. Security Dorsey now has finally hit the pit road. He's found on pit lane brand new and gonna stay out a couple more laps time, but Kyle Schmidt's still in front of Joshua Schmidt's now. Gap is around 2 seconds. Come to 15 to go this time by. Actually, yeah, come to 15 to go this time by, so Cody Dorsey rolling off his pit box now. Surprised no one decided to maybe take 2 tires only. But we'll see how it plays out here. As 1.7 seconds is the gap between Kyle Schmidt's and Joshua Schmidt's. As right now they're tied in the points, as Cody Dorsey all the way down in 11th place. Currently now 12th place. As of live update, Kyle Schmidt is our points leader. As Cody Dorsey, he only has 14 laps to make that time up. Be interesting to see how that plays out for him. as Brandon finally enters pit lane, as now the pit cycle is complete. Now the question is, can Joshua Schmitz close down the gap on Kyle Schmitz? And first of all, can he pass him? Second thing, can he pass him here? Because if Kyle Schmitz wins tonight, as things stand, he have 11-point lead over the rest of the field, and he would sure be the 100% the favorites to win the championship. It all depends on if Cody Dorsey can close the gap down on his drivers in front of him. I think he made a mistake hitting so late. I mean, just so far behind everyone else. Here with 12 laps to go, as Kyle Rogowski goes here with Derek Riley, 6th and 7th, as Colin Smith is still in 5th place. He could maybe move himself up into 4th place as well, maybe even 3rd place, depending on if things go right for him, as Jason Bottoms currently in that 3rd place spot in that time machine. Gap for the first and second now within a second now. 1.1 as it exits off of turn number 4. From the 10 laps to go here in the big screen, 165. Joshua Smith doing everything he can do. Run the outside line, get out of the dirty air of Kyle Schmitz in front of him. Now 9 laps to go. They got 9/10 of a second. Now coming to 8 laps to go. Gap down to 6/10 of a second. Either for first and second. As Jason Bottoms currently in 3rd place, as Calvin Smith moves himself up to 4th. Jason Bottoms has about 10 lap older tires compared to Calvin Smith. It looks like he's gonna go to the inside. He should clear here on the inside turn number 3. Jason Bottoms on those old tires, 29 laps old to be exact. Not much match compared to Calvin Smith with 18 lap older tires. But back in front, Joshua Schmitz has closed the gap down to about 2/10 of a second between those two drivers with 7 laps to go. Joshua Schmitz wants to have a chance at this championship. He'll have to win tonight here at Vegas. Have a shot at Auto Club next week. As now 6 laps to go. The gap down to under 2/10 of a second. Kyle Schmitz doing everything he can to do. You give Joshua Schmitz that dirty air here off of turn number 2, and now entering turn 3. Standing right in front of that 2 machine, giving him as much dirty air as he can. From the 5 laps to go, he pulled away a little bit off of turn number 4. They worked their way down the front straightaway. You're at Las Vegas. Down the back. And Joshua Schmitz do anything here. He's got a rim rod the top side. We'll see if that helps you 3 and 4. Really get all the momentum here off of turn number 4 here. On the front, sure they go. 4 laps to go this time by, trying to get as much draft as he can from a 19 machine in front, but side by side further on back. For 4th place, it's Joshua Schmitz and Brendan Cuxhausen. Here comes Kyle Rogowski, the outside lane as well. Side by side for 4th and 5th. Oh, Jason Bottoms almost getting the left rear of Brendan Cuxhausen. He'll lose 2 positions there. He'll follow himself down to 6th place. Here with 4 to go, coming to 3 this time by. The battle for race lead rages on here Down the front straightaway they go. Lap traffic ahead as well. As these two duking out here for the race win. Joshua Smith's trying to bomb on the racetrack, not able to do much there. As Kyle Schmitz has a good run there off of turn number 2 and down to turn number 3. Josh Smith once again rim riding the outside line, trying to get as much momentum as he can down this front straightaway. Lap traffic up ahead. 2 laps to go, 3 miles here at Las Vegas. Decide who wins race 2 of round of 5. Joshua Schmitz fighting for his championship run. Kyle Schmitz fighting for his championship hopes as well. Currently has a 10-point lead over the rest of the field. Going next week in the Auto Club if things stay the way they are. But through 3 and 4, coming the white flag this time by Kyle Schmitz on the bottom of the racetrack. Josh Schmitz up top. Josh Schmitz with a good run here down the front straightaway. White flag in the air one more time around here at Las Vegas. Joshua Schmitz with a good run down into turn number 1. He has cleaning on the inside line. He's to the back bumper of that 19 machine, but that dirty air sends him up the racetrack. He's gonna hit almost at the outside wall, and Kyle Schmitz now pulling away here down the back and into turn number 3. Kyle Schmitz here off of turn number 4. Josh Schmitz one last heave on the outside line. It's not going to be enough. Kyle Schmitz with the tire strategy. He's going to win here tonight at Las Vegas. The big screen at 165. And Kyle Schmitz will have a double-digit points lead going into next week at Fontana. And there's nothing else you can really ask for. As a championship hopeful, to have that big of a lead going into next week in the final race of the season. Kyle Smith will round himself out in the third, and Cody Dorsey with that strategy call, just not playing out, staying out that late. Round out outside the top 10 in 11th place. Only his second time he's finished outside the top 10 this season, but on the bigger note, Kyle Schmitz will win here tonight and have a really good shot at to win the championship next week at Auto Club. As he rightfully so burns it down here on the front straightaway at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. As Kyle Schmitz celebrates some more here on the front straightaway at Vegas, we'll take a quick break and we'll speak to our top 3 finishers in a moment. As we're back here live at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, we're gonna take a quick look at our race results here for tonight's the big screen 165. As Kyle Schmitz will be your race winner, Josh Schmitz will be in second, Calvin Smith in third, Kyle Rogowski in his first start will be in fourth, Brent Cuxhausen in fifth will win the bracket challenge on his side and he'll go to the finals. Jason Bottoms will be in sixth place after a win last week at Daytona, rounds himself into a top 10 finish inside, well in the top 10 in sixth place. Robert Wilbur will be in 7th, Derek Riley in 8th, Jake Williams Sr. in 9th, his first start in this season as well. Dan Baronin round out the top 10, and Cody Dorsey in his second time this season finishing outside the top 10 with just the wrong strategy call. They were late, staying out as much as he can. In 11th place spot, Brand New in 12th, Dakota Bly in 13th, Scott Kerberg in 14th, who will also be in the finale there for the bracket challenge as well, as Dan Sakara will finish in 15th place in our 15-car field here tonight. So we'll speak to our race winner here in a few moments' time of Kyle Schmitz as he brings it home in victory lane here at Vegas. Hello, Kyle, you got a copy?
Yes, I do. Hello.
So you pick up the win here tonight out of Las Vegas with a little different strategy called in the rest of the field. You pitted about 12 laps earlier than everyone inside the top 10, or top 5, excuse me. What was kind of your game plan going into that final run, and were you kind of playing on pin earlier from the get-go?
First of all, I'm just super excited that it didn't turn into fuel mileage because I was. So the second that caution came out, the first one, I was ecstatic. I was like, okay, I can actually drive. But the last pit stop, obviously I'm talking to Kid. We're in the same Discord chat. And he tells me what he's going to do. And then I was like, well, I got to do something because when I was behind him, I couldn't pass. So I just made sure I was inside the fuel window, came down. I didn't spin. I didn't blow through my pit stop. It was fantastic. That was my only thought process, was I got to do something different than him. I got to get away from him a little bit because I cannot pass. So came down with 38 to go, I think. And that just held on for dear life. That's what I did.
Yeah, speaking of those final few laps, were you kind of just using your car as a dirty air kind of, or trying to do something kind of just run the same line as Joshua behind you?
Well, the first, before the first pit stop, I kind of was behind him, and who was second at the time? I don't remember. And Cody Dorsey was up there, and I realized that dirty air is really crappy. And then I kind of got stuck behind a couple people just trying to learn how to deal with the dirty air. And then before that last pit stop, I was behind Josh trying to get by him. And he was aero blocking me too. And I was like, okay, well, I just literally sat there and learned what he was doing. He's better than me, so if I can pay attention to him, maybe I can learn a few things. And then he caught me a lot faster than I thought he was going to catch me. And I just kind of guessed where he was going to go. I guessed right a couple times and held him off.
Yeah, definitely. And from my estimate, you have about a 10-point lead going to next week at Auto Club. How are you kind of handling that pressure as being the leader going to next week for the championship race?
Oh, I'm excited. I don't get nervous or anxious or anything like that. This is fun. We're literally gonna win a picture, you know? Like this is very fun for me as an old dude. So no pressure on me. I'm out there to have fun. As long as Josh doesn't win it, let's go.
Yeah, definitely. But anyone to thank for tonight's win here at Las Vegas?
Absolutely. My Mom's Addictions on eBay, Spare Parts Gaming Community, and also, of course, the league sponsors, Quantum Bearings, KK Woodscapes, Burlington Cafe, Smackin', and you guys at LRN Broadcasting. Appreciate everything you do in broadcasting.
Yeah, of course. And congrats on your win here tonight at Las Vegas. And we'll see you next week for the finale at Auto Club.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Have a good one.
That was Kyle Schmitz and that Team Machine being our race winner and our championship leader going to next week as well at Auto Club, as we're bringing our second place finisher of Joshua Schmitz, who was just so close to getting that race win here tonight. Just kind of stuck behind in dirty air. We'll see what he has to say here in a few moments' time. Hello, Josh. You got a copy?
Yep, gotcha.
So you pick up second place here tonight, just so close to getting that race win. Talk us through those final few laps, and do you think you could have done anything differently there, or was the dirty air just a little bit too much?
Yeah, honestly, when pit cycle first went, I thought there was more people in front of Kyle on the lead lap. So I thought I had to really start going. I pushed it a little hard too early on. By the time I got to him, I had something left, but with as little advantage as I had and the dirty air, I wasn't going to get by him.
Yeah, but still finishing up in second place from my calculations. I believe you're about 10 or 11 points behind going in next week at Auto Club. What's kind of your thought process and try to fight for the championship there next week?
Gotta win. Gonna need some guys to do pretty bad next week. So that's when it comes down to that. But, hopefully they all trash each other.
Yeah, it's definitely. But anyone think for tonight's great run?
Yeah, go check out Spare Parts Gaming Community on Facebook and then My Mom's Editions on eBay.
Well, congrats on your second place here tonight at Las Vegas, and we'll see you next week at Auto Club.
Thank you very much.
As we'll bring in our third place finisher of Calvin Smith, who had to fight back through a lot of adversity tonight, but he still winds up inside the top 3 spots. Third place driver in a 3 machine. Hello, Calvin, you got a copy?
Yep, I'm here.
So you kind of fought through a lot of adversity tonight. He had that caution around lap 109, spinning in the outside wall, and also the incident on pit lane on the final pit stop. But you worked your way back up to third place. So just talk us through how you fought back through that adversity, pretty much the second half of that race.
Yeah, I feel like every week I find a way to just put myself in the biggest hole imaginable and attempt to try to climb out of it. The crash, I just was 3 wide and my car just got super tight, and then in a split second it got extremely loose and I just ran out of talent and locked it up, and thankfully I didn't collect anybody in that. But yeah, just chipping away. I've never ran this track before, especially with the cup cars. So about the last 50 laps, I think I found something. If I would have had that at the beginning of the race, I might have had something for them. But I'm just happy to get this finish.
Yeah, definitely. And how bad was the dirty air? You kind of had to fight your way back to the field a couple times a night. How was it, the dirty air, and how were you able to kind of manage getting around some few people as well?
Yeah, the first half of the race, dirty air was really, really bad. But that last 50 laps, I kind of, like I said, I found something and nobody else was doing it. So it kind of kept clean air on my nose. And I don't think I felt tight for the last 50, 55, like that whole fuel run.
Yeah, definitely. And it kind of showed there as you worked your way up to third place late in tonight's race. Anyone thank for tonight's great run here at Las Vegas?
Yeah, the league, for one, everyone in here is really good and racing and respectful, and it's really nice. Kyle with KK Woodscapes and Sim Destroy, he hopped on board for my championship races, and all next season he's going to be my sponsor. I'm really excited for him. He makes some really cool merch, he makes some cool trophies. Go check him out. And then MX Wraps for the awesome wrap.
Like I said, congrats on your third place here tonight, and we'll see you at the championship race next week at Auto Club.
Awesome, thank you.
So it was Calvin Smith, our third place finisher here tonight, and those are our top 3 interviews for tonight as well. So we'll take a quick look at the final points, updated right now unofficially, but pretty much roughly within probably 1 point, give or take. So Kyle Schmitz, he has a pretty big lead going to next week at Auto Club. He said it felt really no pressure. Obviously some people take our racing a little bit more serious, I would say, but no pressure. I mean, that's kind of how I am as well, but almost double digits, 10 points. I mean, really, at this point, it's about 10 positions, give or take, and that's a big ask for any of those drivers behind him. You got Cody Dorsey, Kyle Smith, Joshua Schmitz, Derek Riley, all very good drivers. Obviously, they're in round 5. They're very talented, but Auto Club next week could be a crapshoot. Kind of a 2-mile racetrack. A lot of tire wear, but also a lot of draft dependent as well. So could see some dirty air as well. So always a factor in these next gen races, as these drivers have talked through in interviews as well. But up next on the Legends Racing Network, we got the top tier racing of Riley Series at Phoenix next Tuesday night at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time. And the Quantum Contender Series next week, the championship race finale at Auto Club at 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time. And also we have the Legends Racing Network Spring Dirt Nationals next Friday nights, March 13th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're interested in join the Discord in the description below. Free entry, obviously broadcasted here, and it's a $135 purse as of now. And should be a fun one there at Eldora and the Dirt Street Stocks. So that's going to do it here from Las Vegas. Thank you guys for joining, and we'll see you next time here on the Legends Racing Network. So long from Vegas.